Welcome back to the Express in downtown Vancouver. If you think it's a fast-paced lifestyle in the city, then we're going to show you where the real speed is. We're taking you drag racing at the Mission Raceway.
It's a very loud Saturday of drag racing at Mission Raceway Park.
The races that we're watching today, they're a quarter-mile distance from a standing stop. It's a quarter mile, 1,320 feet, and the guy who gets there and runs his number or closest to it is the winner.
This car's a 69 Camaro. It's what they call a super street car. It runs on a 10.90 second index. So you can't run faster than 10.90 seconds, but you still have to beat your competitor across the finish line.
The competition is open to drag racers of all ages.
I am 15. I've been racing for about 6 years and started when I was about 9. What I'm racing is called the Junior Dragster, and basically what I'm planning on doing today is, well, doing some time trials and hopefully bringing home a win.
I'm 15 and this is my first year.
How did you get into racing?
My dad. I've grown up around it, so I thought, hey, I'll give it a chance myself.
I've worked on everything from street cars to alcohol funny cars. Never really raced anything myself, but I just enjoy working on them and getting the satisfaction and a smile at the end of the day.
You know, it's neat going fast because I've raced and I've driven dragsters and I've driven funny cars, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
It's something that, you know, no one really gets a chance to do. It's something that, you know, you don't see every day, and it's just one of the funnest things to do out there, really.
Besides the speed and the style, it's the community at Mission Raceway that keeps drivers coming back.
We all get along, we all talk. You know, if somebody breaks down, we all chip in and help. Somebody needs a part, we all search our trailer, see if we can help them out. So, for the most part, I mean, we're here to have fun, but when we strap on the belts, put the helmet on, it's, you know, you don't care if Mother Teresa's in the other lane, you're gonna win, right?
I'm Kendall Harris in Mission for the Express.
October is the last month of racing before the winter hiatus, and you can check the schedule online at missionraceway.com. Now, there were definitely some movers and shakers in that story, but wait till you see how they move around with this next feature. We're learning about blind fish on this week's Critter Care.
Petland's Critter Care is brought to you in part by Nutrients Pet Foods, online at nutrients.com.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Critter Care. Today, Robert and I are chatting about, I'm going to get you to say the name because I don't know if I'm going to get it right.
Well, they've got a few different names, but the whole name, I guess, could be Mexican Blind Cave Tetra. And quite a fascinating fish.
No kidding.
These are fish that live in deep, deep caves in Mexico in the complete absence of light. Wow. So they live in pitch blackness. Oh, you're like a fish swimming along. Oh, there's a cave, I'll go down there. Oh, I'm lost. Oh, but I'm gonna have babies. Oh, and then 5,000 years later, there's all these, all the pigment has gone away from them, so they're complete albino, and their eyes have completely de-evolved out of their body because they're completely unnecessary. They have, however, evolved a very highly developed lateral line, which is that line that fish have down their side, and that can detect motion. So they've really adapted to this living in a cave, and they also have like 4 or 5 times the number of taste buds, all over their head, so they can really detect food when the food is available. So quite just a really weird, oddball kind of fish that if you were going to have them in your aquarium, you'd want to have them in maybe a bit more of an aggressive, like a tank or more active fish, because with slow swimming fish they can't see nothing, so they'll just go after anything. So you want to be a little bit careful about who you put them with. And I know you mentioned kind of how they evolved, but how would a blind fish survive against predators? And to me, that would be so important. I guess down in the caves, they don't have a ton of predators. Yeah, I think they just do a lot of bumping into walls. I don't know. They're from the caves. and they got no eyes, they're albinos, lateral line, and they survive, and they're quite a robust little fish to keep in your tank. So
and we've got them kind of here behind us, but we've got like it's lit. So it's
yes.
okay if they're in light, that still works?
That was something that I wondered about as well, but they don't seem to sunburn. None of that seems to happen. They seem to do just fine in light. You get me on that one, huh?
I know. All right. Okay, Robert, thanks so much for the advice. And if you are thinking of getting a fish or any kind of other pet, it's very important to do your research first. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Critter Care.
Petland's Critter Care is brought to you in part by Nutrients Pet Foods, online at nutrients.com. Pets play an important role in our lives. Companionship, health, well-being, love. PJAC Canada, helping our industry care for your pets. Critter Care is brought to you by PJAC.
Up next on the Express,
up and down.
Baby signing in Chilliwack.
It's a way we can communicate. She can tell me what she wants, and she knows what she wants.
Something really quick, just like a piece of toast with peanut butter.
Snack solutions for White Rock teens.
It could be a quick bowl of cereal with some milk on it and some fruit.
The Express. This is your local voice.
We are kids. Wish kids.
10,000 kids.
Hairbrains.
We are strong.
We are fighters. Some days are good. Some days are bad. Some of us make it.
Some of us don't.
My wish will make me strong.
The Children's Wish Foundation of Canada.
Does a wish make a difference?
You bet. You bet.
Imagine the difference a wish can make.
Only 2 more needles till my wish.
Please give today.
Here you are. This is the second time. Here, put this on this week. Okay. Be good. I love you.
Welcome back to the Express in Vancouver. Our show's all about family, especially with Thanksgiving coming up. And we don't want to leave anybody out, not the little ones either. Our next story is about parents in Chilliwack who are giving their young children a head start, or in this case, more accurately, a hand start.
Hey! Where's Nevaeh? Where's Buddy?
Imagine traveling to a foreign country, not being able to speak a word of their language, yet being able to communicate with the people. Well, if everyone was able to sign, then this concept could be a reality. 2-year-old Nevaeh DePap started signing when she was just 8 months old. With the help of her parents learning alongside her, Nevaeh has learned over 100 signs in less than a year.
People on the bus go up and down.
She knows you understand her, and I know I understand her, and it's a way we can communicate. It's good. I love it. Her speech was a little bit delayed, and I thought it was important for her to be able to communicate with us when she can't speak the words, and I find it's helped her tremendously. Her tantrums have minimized. She can tell me what she wants, and she knows what she wants.
Where is Nevaeh? Here she is.
It took her a while to catch on to her first sign, which was milk, but after she had realized that if she signed milk and she received it, she realized these things that we were showing her will actually help her get what she wants, so she picked them up quite quickly. And you know, it's amazing how fast they pick up on it. It really is.
They learn very quickly that, you know, when they use that gesture or that sign, they get what they want, and it just encourages them to learn more signs. I get phone calls very early in the morning. I'm not waking you up, Emma. I just had to phone and tell you. Sarah woke up in the middle of the night and signed milk. And, you know, just really excited parents because they're able to communicate with their child.
But even though signing helps get the message across, some parents aren't so sure.
What I always tell people is signing is to talking what crawling is to walking. It's not to replace speaking, and we always encourage that it's absolutely necessary to say the word that you're signing.
Yeah, butterfly, good.
If you don't say the word and you only sign it, you will have a child that signs and doesn't talk. But a child will do what's the easiest thing for them to do to communicate with you. Right now, when they're little and their vocal cords aren't developed and their muscle coordination in their mouth isn't developed, the easiest thing for them is to use a sign or a gesture to get their message across to you.
She's slowly picking up words here and there, but she'll say the word with the sign. We never do the sign without the word.
And even though Nevaeh has Down syndrome, Melissa also plans to introduce signing to her baby sister.
I like sitting back and just watching her sign. Nevaeh may be special needs, but she will have friends that aren't. And I think it's important for a lot of children to learn sign language as a second language.
I think if everyone learned sign language, you wouldn't need to learn any other language at all. You just have your home language and sign language, and then anywhere in the world, you could speak through sign.
Good job! In Chilliwack, I'm Tiffany Gurdon for Shaw TV.
Okay, so the little ones know how to communicate, maybe ask for that second helping of pumpkin pie or pumpkin puree. But do the teens know how to balance their desserts with fruits and veggies? On today's youth-produced segment, Gen Y, we're learning tips for teens on healthy eating.
Trying to have a well-balanced diet in today's busy world can be a challenge. So we talked to Natalie Brown, a local dietitian, for some tips for busy teens.
Teen nutrition is really important because that is the time when your bodies are going through the most rapid growth. You need to eat healthy because that is energy, and that energy is used for your physical development, your brain development, and to support your physical activity.
You always hear that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but I never really make time for it. Do you have any tips for me?
Yeah, you know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and the reason is that we've gone through all night without eating, so we need to rev up our body again. We need to refuel it. So some tips could be something really quick, just like a piece of toast with peanut butter or any kind of other nut butter with a glass of juice. It could be a quick bowl of cereal with some milk on it and some fruit. Or it could even be something, if you're running out the door and you're really desperate, grab something like a Vector bar where it has a good source of protein and great vitamins and minerals.
Here's a great tip if you want to make sure you have breakfast. Leave your bowl, spoon, and box of cereal on the counter the night before. That way, there's no excuse.
So lunch can also be made the night before as well. You could take a whole grain wrap, add some of your favorite meat like ham or turkey, throw some shredded cheese on it, and then put some cucumber. And then we're just going to roll it up. And you can wrap it with a little bit of saran wrap, put it in your lunch bag, add a fruit like an apple, include a yogurt or even a smoothie drink, and you have a complete lunch.
Instead of reaching for a chocolate bar or bag of chips, some healthier after-school snack ideas are smoothies, hummus and vegetables, air popped popcorn, and a healthier version of nachos.
Go for something like these corn tortilla chips. They are low salt, they are organic corn, and they are actually really yummy. So what you can do for a good after-school snack is take some chips on a plate. As well, take some shredded cheese and sprinkle some cheese on. And then all you need to do is put it in the microwave, melt it up, have some salsa, and you have a great snack.
So have you heard of the low-carb, low-cal diets? We asked Natalie her thoughts about these fads.
There's lots of different fads, and there always will be fads. I think what you need to do is you need to look back at the basic nutrition. Is it including the food groups? You know, even if you're vegetarian, you can still include great protein sources of legumes, nuts and seeds, and tofu and soy. But you have to look back to the basics of the food guide and making sure that you're getting fruits and vegetables, good high fiber grains, and good protein sources. If any diet is eliminating any of those main food groups, you are at risk of becoming deficient in those food groups. Our body needs a good balance of all.
Gen Y is brought to you by Options, Surrey Community Services Society.
Gen Y is a Shaw TV Access segment. All the youth reporters are volunteers who have an interest in broadcasting, the local community, and today in food. And that's what we're interested in as well. And that's why we're shining our Express Spotlight. Calling all chocolate lovers, indulge with the taste of locally crafted chocolate and specialty pastries, along with a fresh fruit chocolate fondue or a house-made Italian gelato. Celebrate Oktoberfest in true Bavarian fashion with classic Bavarian music, dancing chants, and traditional food and beverages. With the invention of cocktails in the early 1920s came the fashion of cocktail hour. With an emphasis on elegance and glamour, models will present a historical fashion show of cocktail dresses. Cocktails are sort of like food, aren't they? Anyway, that's it for today's Express from Vancouver. We're going to leave you with a look at the local art scene, Caravan World Rhythm's upcoming Vagabond Opera, and we hope to see you next time.